Greetings duelists and welcome to another video. So we're going to talk about Vanquish Soul today. We've already talked about Vanquish Soul on this channel a bunch of times. This deck has gotten a very big impression in the community as of late. This deck has had its up and downs, and this past weekend was definitely an upside for them. So as you can see here on the screen, Vanquish Soul did win YCS Bologna. Not only did it win, it was the second most top represented deck in Top Cut, like on day 2. And I know that a lot of people have a lot of different impressions on this performance. One big shout out I will give is to Pack TCG. He made a video talking about how this deck won YCS Bologna. If you've been on this channel, you know that I typically don't like to talk about popular topics that other Yugi tubers bring up. I feel like most of them will cover most of the points that I like to bring up, and most of them will cover pretty much every thing that I kind of want to bring up involving these decks. This is going to be a little bit different. The first disclaimer I'm going to give is nothing against Pack TCG. Like, Pakawat is an amazing, impressive player. I think you actually should watch his videos if you want to learn more about the game. You actually should follow his MetaFi if you have the like the means and the funds and the time to do so. Like, he is a very knowledgeable player, probably more knowledgeable than I am, despite my long time playing this TCG. That being said, Pack did bring one particular point that I kind of don't fully agree with. And I also think he missed one or two points that I also kind of want to bring up in this video. And those things do seem minor in a surface, but I feel like if you're going to play this format and play future formats moving forward, you should learn as much as possible when it comes to trends and strategies, even those that are very small and niche and overlooked. So Pack brought up a lot of really good points. Like, one point that he brought up is like, what stuff do you do like involving like meta trends? Like, he brought up how Draco Tail was like the most popular deck in the format, and this was catapulted by the emergency ban list that we did get last month. It's exactly 1 month since that ban list, by the way. He talked about stuff that you should be doing because knowing that Draco Tail was going to be very respected, which again, he's not wrong here either. He brought up how Vanquish Soul has a really good Draco Tail matchup despite like the consistency issues and the way the deck building was happening with the strategy, which is also correct. Vanquish Soul arguably is one of the better mid-range decks that we have in the game. Like, Draco Tail is the total definition of a mid-range deck, so any deck that is similar to a playstyle like Draco Tail should be struggling against Vanquish Soul more than not. Now, this is the part where I don't fully agree with Pat. He said that you're probably not going to do well if you don't play against Draco Tail. And the thing I kind of want to bring up is, prior to YCS Bologna, Vanquish Soul was not doing that bad. You could make the argument that Draco Tail was popular in YCS Anaheim, but just look at day 2. Where are the Draco Tails? Like, Draco Tail probably falls into the other category in this event, right? That means that these two Vanquish Soul players that made day 2 and even made to top 16 probably didn't face that many Draco Tails to begin with. Or maybe they did, and they phased them out, and they fished them out of the format. Or, like, out of top cut contention, right? Then you have YCS Pittsburg. YCS Pittsburg was very, very popular with Draco Tail. But again, Draco Tail was not in everybody's radar in this YCS. I guess it was to some extent, but it was the best meta pick for those going into the event. And you can see Milano did very well with Vanquish, almost made it to top 8. He didn't make top 8 just because of like tiebreakers. Now let's go forward to YCS Bologna. Like, the one thing that I want to bring up that Pack did not is there is another deck that rose up into very high popularity, and it also rose up in popularity in Pittsburgh as well, and that deck is Malice. Vanquish Soul is naturally good against Malice, and Malice, it was a very good contender this event. Like, if you look at here, YCS Bologna, Malice made all the way up to top 4, and multiple of them made to top 8. So I think just counting Draco Tail as the ideal matchup for Vanquish Soul is kind of a small, like, insight, like a little bit of a lapse of insight. I think disregarding its matchup against Malice is actually something that is really important. The other thing I kind of want to bring up with Vanquish Soul is the deck build that it has is not the same build for everybody that topped. This is from the winning deck list from Pierre Burgals. One thing that he did that is very different from a lot of lists is he played multiple copies of Lupus. He played 2 in the main deck, and he played even a 3rd Lupus in the side deck, which is not very common. And another thing that I have to bring up is that he played multiple Rippers, which is something that was not normal in this strategy as well. Now, you're probably thinking, well, that's all good against Draco Tail. Why wouldn't you just say this deck is just good against Draco Tail, right? Let's look at Joshua Schmidt's list. So this is Joshua Schmidt. Like, shoutouts to his channel. He made top 8, and one thing that stood out is he played Shifter in the main deck, and this card, yes, this card kind of like is really, really strong against Draco Tail. But this card is also really strong against the Mitsurugi Yumi matchup. Like, this card alone already can win you games against it. Another card that I kind of want to bring up, and this was not in the winning deck list, Tiras, the Keeper of Genesis. This is another tech card that people are playing in this strategy. I don't have Juhu's list on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck. It's not there yet, but he also played Tiras in like his profile. And for those who don't know about Tiras, this monster reads, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. At the end of the battle phase, if this card was attacked or was attacked, you can target one card your opponent controls and destroy that target. Now, why am I bringing up Tiras, Keeper of Genesis? The reason I'm bringing up this card is because this card is really, really strong against the Yumi Mitsurugi matchup. This card by itself contests against most of Yumi Mitsurugi's end board. Like, you're going to attack with the Tiras. The Tiras is going to be used typically with Lupus as a material. So it will be protected from being targeted and will be protected from being destroyed. At the end of the battle phase, you're going to try to snipe the Mitsurugi trap card with its effect. And after you did all of that, you're going to summon Zeus over it, and you can use Zeus to pretty much wipe out the rest of their board. And to make matters worse, you can invalidate their Murakumo setup for next turn by turning that Zeus into Typhon. Also with the targeting protection of Lupus. So it kind of shows you that like these people were not equipped to not just beat the Dracotail matchup. They also built their strategies to handle the other popular matchups as well. Playing all the Charmies is a very heads up in this deck. This is one of the best decks that actually capitalizes off the Mo Charmies. The other best deck that can capitalize off Mo Charmies is Dracotail. But already having the good Dracotail matchup plus the flexibility of using all the Mo Charmies to your advantage already is really big for the deck. That deck has ways to beat the common hand traps that are being played in the format as well. Like, not even Nibiru is very good against this deck. The only hand trap that I will say is really strong against this deck that was already being played was Droll and Lockbird. And Droll and Lockbird was being phased out because of the popularity of Dracotail. Like, you see here, Joshua didn't even play it on his list. That Pierre played it. Pierre did play Droll and Lockbird. That is one thing to mention. Another thing to bring up, like this card right here. This card is really good against Yomi Mitsurugi as well as Malice. And this deck can play it. Joshua did not play that. However, I know that is something that he contemplated on the idea. I think Yuhu did play it. I'm not sure. Yuhu also like cited all the Charmies as well as Nibiru. That was very popular in the side deck as well. The deck being able to play Retaliatancy and actually have a natural synergy in the deck is also something to bring up. So yeah, those are just the few common points that I kind of want to bring up with Vanquish Soul. Stay tuned into the channel. I'm going to upload 2 videos today. Right after this video, I'm going to upload a deck report that I made involving the Vanquish Soul deck with a very small special twist. Those who have been on my channel for years probably already know what that twist is going to be. For those who haven't, stay tuned. You're going to see something really cool. One last shout out I'm going to give, and I will shout them out in the other video. Shout out to Brendan Outlaw from Team Top Cut. They have been playing the Vanquish Soul deck for like a few weeks now, and they made a very insightful video talking about like their YCS experience with this deck. So I really highly recommend it. But yeah, that's it from me. I hope you found this informative to your liking and understanding. Happy Thanksgiving if you're watching this. There are probably not going to be more deck uploads outside of the 2 videos from today if you're watching this video. I'll probably focus on Phantom Revengers next week once we roll around December. Until then, keep practicing and keep dueling.